I want to give you cause for concern, but you're being held hostage. Not by me, mind you. Not me. Okay, not me. Your time is being held hostage. I should have preferenced that really quickly, but I didn't. It is what it is, but hi. First and foremost, hello and welcome, Miss Ted Roldan, Optimus, Alchemist, yada, yada, yada. Let's get into the video. But yeah, I really do mean that. Your time is being held hostage with certain factors to take in mind. Let us start at the beginning. There you are, sitting on your couch, enjoying your food, chips, dip, a good little drink in your hand, when all of a sudden, the Fire Nation attacked. I'm just kidding, she ain't even here. Anyway, boom, you grew up and you got a job. Okay, just like the rest of us, just like everyone else has gotten their jobs. You decided what you wanted to do, or maybe you didn't, stumbled through your existence and is now who you are today. You know, we're really summing this up really quickly, but it's not all of you. That's not all of who you are in summation. But there's been some things you've been doing that have unfortunately taken your time away from you. Like for instance, social media. Or should I say constant social distractions? Well, technically constant digital distractions, okay? Social media notifications, endless content to keep you engaged, okay? Without actually you going out there and forming meaningful relationships. I don't want to say you in particular, but like that's pretty much the majority of everyone out there. Everyone's at a huge, what's I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. Record high loneliness. That's it. Everyone's lonely. And it's pulling us away from a lot of meaningful things. And it's keeping you in a perpetual cycle of procrastination. Yes, you got it. Not to mention a lot of people got ADHD and a couple other things and undiagnosed autism or whatever. You know, things are just going undiagnosed and mental health is on the freaking rise, man. Like it's mental deterioration, brain rot kind of stuff. But anyway, I won't say that social media is the culprit, but it's definitely a huge cause for everyone to be really distracted from what's really important. Really getting out there and making meaningful collections. I mean, 2020, as you know, what hit in 2020 caused a lot of us to stay inside the doors and really not make the connections that we should have, business and or personal. A lot of people was like, it was a very dry season, shall we say, you know, for the whole entire world. Because you know what's going around and stuff. But it's really kept us in the whole entire box. It's kept us in our world and it's allowed for us to curate our spaces to a certain point where it just makes us a little bit out of touch with the world, you know? Not just the point where you're a millionaire and you're out of touch with the whole entire world, but like you're out of touch with your neighbor. Because like you literally have a neighbor. You live in like a flat or you live in an apartment. You have someone who's like above you, below you, unless you live in a house. I mean, like then that's literally that's your world. But you have neighbors and you may or may not know who your neighbor is. And the wonderful bonds you could have formed, hopefully you did, you were a good neighbor. The bonds you didn't form due to the lack of interacting with your fellow human beings. I mean, humans can be tiring, don't get me wrong, but like those meaningful connections kind of have gone out the window. They've gone the way of the dodo. Who does that anymore? I mean, I try. I like human interaction, but I don't like messing with folks. I really don't. So I feel you on that. But it's important for us at least, say, hey, at least form third spaces for us to be able to have this type of conversations. Again, don't hold up your associate or anything like that when you're in the store, getting things, but that's really contributed to quite a bit of the loneliness. Yep, constant digital distractions. What leads me to my second point. Work culture and overstimulation. Look. I don't like being held hostage when I'm talking to people, right? I don't. This is no like dig to my coworkers or anything like that. I actually don't mind, having a little conversation here and there. I don't mind it. I'm a bit of a conversationalist. But let's say, for instance, you're at work and this person always talks to you like every single day and they complain or they just have nothing really good to talk about or they literally are just like someone you really don't want to talk about. Ugh, okay, right? You get into a conversation and they like you have to talk to them because like you don't want to have to sour the relationship that you have because like that's literally your coworker and you literally have them every single day and stuff. So you play along to get along, but that ultimately will drain your freaking mental health and not everyone wants to talk every day. I'm sure you understand. But the modern emphasis on productivity and hustle culture, it really burns us out. It really brings us down to a certain level of just like, dang, we really are being like exploited by these corporations in a really weird way. I'm not saying don't work. I'm definitely not saying that. We all need things to do in the world, but it's just the way that we've been like marketed to when it comes to just our future being ransomed by us, having to go to college, we get the degree and then the degree is worthless and then the bar is moved again and you may not be able to reach it because, you're technically competing with everyone, but when it comes to capitalism, there is no competition. The only competition is who can make it the quickest, fastest, and the easiest and can solve the problem as quick, It don't mean quality, but you definitely get a solution in a way. I would say a band-aid more or less, but you fix the problem in a way. But yeah, that also leaves us to have less actual time for us to personally grow, for us to have, actual growth, time for us to be able to understand ourselves, love ourselves, and learn what we can do, because you don't have any time for self-reflection, because you go to work, you come home, you do whatever you need to do, you eat, you sleep, and you repeat for the next 5 days. I see why that robot committed, you know what I mean. It ended it. It canceled that life subscription. If you want to call it life subscription because it's a robot. But then again, it knew what it knew what was going down. But yeah, leads to burnout, and then you lose self-control. You feel like you lose self-control with the burnout because you can't control anything in your whole entire life, and then everything's being pushed onto you and marketing and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully I'm not sending you into a depression. But yeah, work culture and overstimulation can be really horrible, and it can just form a toxic relationship, and it's really abusive in its own way. But let me get to my third point. Information overload. There's always a 24/7 cycle of information and news that we always get. It never ends. We're constantly bombarded with information, good or bad. Literally that bio plant in Georgia doing its thing, us hearing about the heartbreaking things going on in Lebanon. We are seeing horrible things around the whole entire world. We got that thing that's going to be here in 10 years or maybe 2 weeks, maybe some aliens on the way. Oh my gosh, who knows? But we're constantly overstimulated. We're constantly given so much information, and it's gotten to a point where it's just kind of weird. It's just really, really weird, and I think that we should all be able to chill, relax, and breathe, because dang, they're supposed to enjoy life. It's supposed to be fulfilling. You're not supposed to be a robot and then die. Live, eat, sleep, work, die, and repeat, I guess, if you come back, or if you believe in reincarnation, or if we do come back. Dang, but who want to come back to this? But yeah, our time is being held hostage, and I don't want to hold your time anymore on this video. But yeah, have you ever thought about that? How best to spend your time? I didn't mean to take up your time, but it's a video, and I made the video, so I'm sorry. But again, our time is precious, and it's mostly put towards work and a whole bunch of other stuff. Doesn't that suck? It really does. Now that I think about it. Anyway, I make the most of my time. I'm doing what I can, and I'm making every day, every hour, every second work. So anyway, I'm taking a bit of your time. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. This could have been a podcast, I know, but thank you for enjoying this. If you did, leave a comment how you like to spend your time, or how you plan on taking back your time since it's being held hostage. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, all right? Later.